Hello guys. I'm using multi-surface paint and we're doing one stroke painting tonight. And I'm just going to share some strokes and some fun steps to make one painting easy for you. So how many of you would really like to learn how to paint? Never thought you could paint? Always wanted to paint? I love sharing with you what one stroke painting means and how fun it is to create using just a little bit of technique. Hello, Melissa. Hello. I just want to show a little bit of fun technique tonight. And with a few strokes, I'm using multi-surface paint, guys, and we're blending, shading, and highlighting in each stroke that we make. I'm just sharing with you some pretty fall colors, and I just love creating. And look, we got this pretty fall colors. Let's see, let's use maybe some berry wine. Berry wine's a little bit thicker sometimes, but we're going to paint, and I'm going to give you a 30% discount tonight. So anybody who wants to pick up any kind of painting supplies, a little painting kit, if you've never painted before, you're going to go, really? All right, so looks like some fall colors to me. All right, fall. There we go. All right, now, so we have multi-surface. It's got sealer in it. It's really great paint. And we're using my Folk Art one-stroke paint brushes, okay? Now, you can't learn to paint strokes really well with crafts brushes, so I like to share with you. Hello from Texas. We're visiting our daughter. Oh, that's awesome. And you just got to pop in and see me for a little bit. I want you to see that we're using floating medium. So I use that instead of water. And I'm going to put it over here a little bit because I might come on a second foam plate and work a little bit, okay? Hi, guys. All right, so I'm going to use there's 10 brushes in my set, by the way. And I'm going to come in here and I'm using some dirty water right now. I need clean water. There we go. All right, so now we're going to pick up paint. How's that sound? All right. Hello, all my friends out there and anybody out there who really wants to learn how to paint. This will be fun for you. All right, so I'm going to go into the medium and let's pick up some berry wine. For some reason, our berry wine's a little thick, but I'm going to bring it out here. Fall colors. I'm just on art paper, craft multimedia paper. All right. And I'm going to put a couple of these in here. All right. So now let's get some, I said fall colors, right? So here is some Pueblo. All right. That's berry wine. This is Pueblo. And I need to put this up so I don't have so much of a glare. All right. So a little bit of glare. Remover. Just put it up a little bit. All right. So now what's going to happen is let's do some yellow and gold. Okay. So this is a 3/4 brush, a bigger brush. Okay. All right. Looks like some fall colors. Howdy. Hello, guys. Pueblo's really nice for this kind of season. Now I can add some white and make this a little bit lighter. Okay, now another thing is I want a triangle. So there's a triangle, right? And I can put a little bit up here and make another triangle, a color. Let's get back in here and put some more berry wine in here. More berry wine. We can put some white in there. Some white in here. Maybe we'll use some yellow. Doesn't look like much yet, right? Okay, so let's pick up some more Pueblo. All right. I have a challenge going right now. Any of you out there who wants to try one stroke or does paint one stroke, and you use a plate like this from something you practice, like come practice with me tonight. All right, and then Take a shot of this with what paints you have left and paint something. Take a picture of that and put it on my Facebook group. And every single person, I've got 4 people who've done it so far, are going to get a gift from me and a giveaway. And I'm going to put you all in for a drawing for a big giveaway. All right. So you have to October 15th. So you guys, Alan, try it. Citra, try it. Come on, Amani. All right. All of you guys get involved because I'm going to give you some free stuff, fun, free stuff. All right. Tonight till 11:43, onestroke.com. Anybody who wants to try this, 30% off. And you put in the code 3006 for 30. All right. And you minimum purchase $30. Come on. It ends at 11:43 tonight. All right. So the code is 3006. 3006. All right. So I'm going to go into floating medium. All right. And let me show you what's going to happen here. We're going to come in here. Oops, I got floating medium all on the bottom of this plate. All right, here we go. Now I'm taking a 16 flat now. All right, let's get some more floating medium. Okay, and so let's look what happens here. I'm going to come around here, and we're going to go right around here. Now watch this. I'm going to go up and over and chop, 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 chop. All right, so let's take a little bit of leaning the white out, a little bit of white here, even a little bit of yellow. Let's come in here. Okay, just chop, chop, a little bit of white again. Okay, I can tap a little bit of yellow in here. Okay. We're going to put some green, some different colors. All right, so we're just putting a little bit. I'm not on Facebook. Oh, I'm sorry. Email it to me, and I can put it on Facebook. Donna Dewberry 1 at Hotmail, and I'll still let you participate. Okay. My Facebook group is Donna Dewberry's with an S official one stroke group. And it is, we have so much fun. We just share painting, nothing but painting. Okay, so look at this. Okay, so this one's going left, this one's going out a little bit right. Okay, I'm giving y'all no excuse. Come on, you can do this. So I take the color that's in the background, and then I'm going to come around. And I can add a little bit. Let's add, oh, I know another color we can add. We can do some, oh, here's a pretty color. This is fire coral. Yeah, there we go. All multi-surface, has a sealer on it, glass, metal, ceramic. Just walked in and saw you were on. Birthday girl. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. So we're going to come in here. And, oh, let me show you something else. Let's do something else. We got a rose over there. Let's do this. And let's pick up and let's have berry wine and pink melon. Not pink melon. Fire coral. Okay. Listen, because I got carried away on here, I'm going to let that dry and let's work on our yellow. Okay. So I still have some of that pink in here. Okay, so now let's get the white. All right. Okay. All right. See, we're just gonna, we put a little bit of the color that's in the background. I share with people that we can do this with floating medium, but the other way you can float pretty color is by picking up the color in the background and use it to make some pretty strokes. And there you go. See that? Just like that. All right. So let's come over here and do another one. I'm going to come back when that color dries a little bit. And look at this. Now we can make a ranunculus. Let's put a little bit of fall color in there. And then look, we are just going to go around on the chisel right here on the chisel. So one stroke painting is blending, shading, and highlighting in each stroke. And every time you're painting, I want you to think that you're practicing. I'm one stroke away from being an artist. We also have some A to Z kits coming back in stock, and those have 50 different flowers to learn. So that means you can sit down 25 times and learn all 50 and practice with me. How's that sound? All right. So this is 30% off, 30% off just on onestroke.com for any one stroke items, okay, that are going to help you. Like my sets of brushes, 30% off for you to try. Short, small little painting kits, big kits, any kind of kits, but you're getting 30% off if you spend $30. Okay. You'd have to buy more than just a set of brushes because these are less than that. But it's only till tonight at 11:43 tonight. So don't miss out. 30% off. Just think about something you really need and you haven't got, like this little pen. All right. This is a heat pen. And I'm going to dry this really quick and show you how fast we're getting some pretty flowers. And a very happy birthday to Miss Teresa. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Miss Kim, for coming on and sharing her birthday. Look at all her hearts. Just walked in and saw you were on. Yes. Miss Teresa is one of my cheerleaders. She's so helpful to me. And it's her birthday. It's her birthday. And she didn't even know I was going to be on. So it's fun. All right. So that ranunculus, look at this. Okay. Wrong color. Let's pick up it's Pueblo. All right. Pueblo. And we're going just around the edges. Okay. Now I want you to see it's happy birthday, Teresa Day. All right, so we're going to come around just like I did here. Let's do it one more time. We are double loading the brush. That's what we do. One stroke painting is multi-loading the brush, sometimes just double loading. And so we have all that paint color on there, and we're just picking up white. And we're going to go around, around, around. There we go. And make a ranunculus rose. And they have little teeny thin little petals. And we've done a few weddings. My grandson's wedding. Oops, I'm gonna put a leaf or something out there. We'll cover up that. And that's what his fiance wanted. She was so sweet. She said, I love these colors. And my sister and I did the wedding flowers, which is always really hard because it's the whole night before, and we just pray they still look good the next day. Because we don't have a florist shop. We're just making it happen. Okay. So look. All right. I'm going to have some other colors in here besides pretty flowers. I want you to see, guys, that I like to come on doing a live and just having kind of fun painting. Let's paint. Here's some teal and some thicket and citrus. And I just want you to see that we can come in here and just tap, 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 tap. And don't worry about it being perfect. Okay. Look at some of this color. Let's come in here. Okay, wait a minute. Let's come right out here. And, okay, so we can come right in the middle. All right. You can bring some pretty green up here. All right, I showed you, look right here. We can just come in here and cover that spot that I messed up a little bit. All right. We're going to come right in here. And I do this at the end, but I just wanted you to see. One stroke painting, you blend, shade, and highlight in every stroke. Hello, Miss Lee. Okay. All right, now. All right, now it's starting to look like something, right? I'd just like you to see that we're going to come in here and just pick up some pretty colors. Look, chop, 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 and and then pull a stem. All right. I like to pull dark colors from the center. So I like larger leaves, smaller leaves, a variety of leaves. Okay. Now look, you can also just tap, tap. I'll be coming on and doing lots of Christmas ones, but right now I want you to see that we're just doing fall. Dark in the middle. And then we'll put pretty flowers around. Okay. Happy accidents, yes. Okay. So this is, oh, that's almost dry. So look what I want to do. Say I'm taking berry wine, and then I'm going to do all of this fire coral. Now I want you to know that all of this, you can paint it right on glass, the same paint. You can bake it or not bake it, and it will hand wash. It's wonderful. I do wine glasses, all kinds of glass. I paint on candles, ceramics. All right. May you be, maybe you can add a butterfly there. Oh, yeah. All right. So now look what happens here. I'm going to take, that was berry wine, and all of the paint's creamy. Our berry wine, for some reason, is just thick. Just there, I think we might have two colors that I'm like, why is that so thick? Now watch what I'm doing. I'm doing like a little hydrangea. I go around the outside edge, and I'm just making like a little C stroke. Okay, I just did a fall porch leaner today with my students. I'm going to post it on our Facebook group. And they did such big, beautiful hydrangeas of these two colors. All right. Um, yeah, it's just fun, different ways to paint with one stroke painting. I have all kinds of stroke sheets for y'all to learn. I have little kits, big kits, and 30% off makes a huge difference. And so you can get paint kits from, I think, like 12 paints to 30 paints to a whole ton of paints. So see, I am just doing one stroke on top of another stroke on top of another stroke, right? And I'm using my Folk Art one stroke brush set, which is less than $20, and you get 10 brushes. All right. And you'll see the dark handle brushes I use a lot. And then, so I want you to see, like, if I'm here on this Pueblo, I'm going to take and let's add still a little bit of white. All right. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to take it up here and up here. All right. Now look what happens. I'm going to come back up here in the center. All right. And this is like a side view. All right. And now you got to work it, work it, work it. Blend it, blend it. All right. Now I want you to see I can come up here and roll it back. See how I'm getting all those petals? Look at that. This blending, shading, and highlighting just by putting two colors on the brush. You like it? Okay. Right now, till 11:43 tonight, on onestroke.com, you get 30% off. And I just love that you go look and see what's going on my site. It shows you where I'm going to be next year and live appearances. It shows you where you can come paint with me, where you can, oops, 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 see the green's a little wet. Okay. So see, blending and shading. All right. Now let's go back. Hello, Miss Miha. Hello. Okay, so let's come here and do the yellow. Okay. I'm going to pick up a little bit of white. Little bit of white. All right. So, see, it's just taking multiple colors. See, I've got the underneath color. I wanted some fall colors. There's some pretty different colors here. And this is with daffodil yellow. And look, guys, you can use some Pueblo in here. You can use some pinks in here. I raised 7 children and I taught myself how to paint. And I thought I was painting like everybody else painted. And then I found out, oh, that's not how they paint. All right. But I put all the paint on the brush at one time thinking, oh, they blend it all on here. And then it looks like a flower petal. Okay. So let's get some yellow. And I'm trying to put it where it's not next to all the yellow, but it is. All right. Okay, look. There is a petal that's going to be a butterfly wing. There's another petal. It's a butterfly wing. It's a side view. Then we're going to do 2 daisy strokes. And you can put a little bit of white here, a little bit of white there. And then I'm going to take the script liner and I'm going to, it's a 2 script liner. I'm going to put it there and pull it. And let's get a little bit of white. And I'm going to touch and pull, touch and pull. And there's a little butterfly. Okay. Can you see him? Just a little. All right. So let's get back into our colors. All right. So I'm going to take some berry wine and Pueblo with maybe, this works. Let's see how many different colors I can put in here. Lots. All right. So, all right. So it's right in there, ready to let that butterfly come in. Okay. So, all right. So let's come right in there. I hope you can't see because my hand's in the way. All right. So I hope you'll look at my shorts too. I tried to teach you a lot on my shorts and please subscribe because on my channel, you can come in and subscribe for free and take all kinds of painting lessons from me. And you can be painting in the first hour, you can be doing rosebuds and doing some strokes that you never thought you could do. And you need a few things. You need some, I've got a foam plate. I've got acrylic paint. It's water soluble. So there's no allergic reaction because that people have from smells. All right. Are you liking some of those? Hello. DC. Hello. Hello. Thanks for joining in. All right. So let's turn this into a couple of rosebuds. All right, so I want to show you. All right, so you can take a 12. This is a 16. All right, I'm going to come down. I went up and over, and I'm going to go and make a U. Let's make another U over here. All right, and then I can come right in here. All right, so you see how I've got them going different ways? Now look, now I'm going to come and make another U. Let's flatten this brush. And then we're going to come down, over, and up. All right, let's do chisel on this part of the brush. Chisel, 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 chisel. See, it just looks like little petals. See that? All right. So till 11:43 tonight, you can get just by watching and writing down this number, the code to get 30% off anything on my website. 30% off on any of the supplies I'm showing you. It's a special I got on just to let y'all know. The code that you put in when you go to checkout is 30 because it's 30% off. So 3006, 3006, 3006. All right. Remember that. All right. And I showed it a little bit earlier. So you have to 11:43. I think that's Eastern Standard Time. I don't know how that works. All right. So look at all the pretty colors. I wanted some fall colors. Hi, Ro. All right. So let's come in here. Let's get some bright yellow. Bright yellow. Okay. So we can come right here. We were doing all kinds of fall pretty painting. I'm going to go put them on the website. I forgot to put them on not my website, but my Facebook site today after we painted. We did big porch leaners. I want y'all to see their fall with pretty fall colors. And everybody was so happy. And I even sent one home with my daughter, Amanda, to put on her front porch. All right, and on the other side of the porch laner, we're going to paint a cardinal. Okay, so look what happens here. I'm going to pick up white. Now look, you can come right inside here and do another layer. Look how pretty those layers are. Isn't that kind of yummy? Look, I just, oh, right here. Just get a little bit of white. Now I'm using the color that's underneath. And now I'm using white to just kind of make it dreamy. You like that? Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming on and thank you for liking my work. It makes me feel good that I can inspire you. Let me know if I inspire you tonight. It's fun to go back and read and see what y'all write. All right. I want to inspire you. I said, God so blessed me as I was raising my 7 children that I kept from losing my mind by creating. So I would create all kinds of things. 2006. That's the code. All right. So it's 30% off. So 3006. All right. So it's onestroke.com. All right, this is important. It's 30% off, guys, and it's 30% off only to 11:45 or 43, 11:43. All right, 30% off if you guys spend 30 or more. So 3006 is your code, and you can get the paintbrushes, the paints. It's tonight at 11:43. It's a one-day special, but if you're a member on my YouTube channel, you join my membership there, you always get 20% off anything. And there's no minimums. Oh no, Teresa, I didn't use purple again. I didn't use purple again. So here's my challenge. Use that palette. Use the palette that you practice with and take a picture of the palette and then paint something. Like I'm going to say, here's my palette. Look what I'm painting. But I want you to paint with leftover paint and go put it on my Facebook site, and where you take a picture of the palette, take a picture of what you created with leftover paint from practicing or painting. And we have a challenge going till October 15th. I do all kinds of fun things on my site, on my Facebook group. But what I'm going to challenge you to do is paint something fun just off the top of your head. The last 2 lives I did, if you go back and look, I just painted whatever I thought I could create. I did a scarecrow and some other things. And I have a wonderful Miss Mary bought that painting from me for her birthday in November. So I was so tickled. And we have to put purple because it's Teresa's birthday. And she wants, see, I can't use yellow because it's going to be ugly. So let me see if I can use citrus. Oh, that might be pretty. Some citrus and dioxazine purple. You're going to love these paints. They're creamy, luscious, wonderful. And what am I going to paint? Okay, so we can just come in here and pick up some citrus green and dioxazine purple. Okay, and just make some little flowers. Okay, can you see that? And look, all I can do, I can take the handle of the brush and put a little center in there. So I'm just working on this one little piece, trying to let's get a smaller brush. All right, we can do a scruffy brush. I have all the way down to a size 2 brush. I want you to see that I'm going to pick up my dioxazine purple and a little bit of wicker white. And watch this. We're going to come in here and we're going to do a daisy. And so look, we're doing a clock. So 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. All right. So 12, 3, 6, and 9. And then you're going to come back and put strokes in between. All right, right in between. And then I could take yellow and put yellow in the middle. Okay. And let's go pick up some more purple. And look, we're going to make all kinds of pretty colors and strokes. Now look what happens here. We're going to come right in the middle, right here, and do a second layer of petals. Second layer petals. Okay. And so I want you just to see what you can create with all these different beautiful, luscious paints. And people say to me all the time that they look like oils to them. But I'm telling you, I come in here and I'm picking up different colors. I can shade inside my rosebuds. See that? You can leave them just like they are, but you can come to all of these little, I've got this little flowers and do more. I've got these 2 tools. They're very inexpensive if you're trying to add another something to it. Where is my kiss tool? I have this, I have 3 or 4 of them right here, but they're not there. As for me cleaning, oh, here's one. All right, these 2, they're called wipe away tools. And so if you're on glass or metal, ceramic, or if I say, hey, I didn't like how that little dot went in there, I can wipe it off and I can put a new dot in here. And they're rubber, okay? And so that's I got a chisel, a point, but this looks like a kiss tool. And so people call it a kiss tool. Look at it. There it is, like a candy kiss. But these are both wipe away tools. You can buy this one for very inexpensive. And I think it's near $3, but you can add $1 more and get all of it. Okay. So I want you to see that I can then come back and do little dots in here. I do these around my sunflowers and around centers. And let's add some citrus green in there, that bright green from the outside. And anything you add like this to it just makes it come alive a little bit more. All right, can you see that? All right, so I'm going to put some purple in here. I can also use the handle of the brush of the tool and add purple in here. And I want to show you another brush that I have. I'm just having fun adding all this different paint in here. So look, I'm going to come in here with my, this is my 10 again, and I can come right in here and shade inside there. Shade a little bit inside here. A little bit in here. And see how you just make it a little bit richer. Now look what you can do. You can take this floating medium. This is the fluff that's inside paint, floating medium with no pigment. The 2 colors I use the most are white and floating medium. So you can get this special deal where it's a double discount because you're getting 30% off, but you can go, we've discounted these, my husband did, in a bundle. So under search, you hit bundle and look at all the bundles I have there. Paint bundles of like a little paint set that I use them, all the colors I use most on my YouTube channel. And if you're in there and wanting to paint more with me, let me tell you, you can subscribe and paint with me every Wednesday and every Friday from beginning as if you knew nothing. As a newbie, you can start painting with me right away and creating something you'll be surprised you did. How does that sound? Just get some paint right there delivered to your house. Get some paint and some brushes. And I have a double loader that helps you. But you'll learn about all these tools, how to use every single brush and more right there on practice strokes on Fridays. I get a new practice stroke all the time. All right, now do you see how I'm taking a floating medium and adding those little bits of berry wine? This one got too strong there. So let's come in there. All right, so now right in here. So see how I'm adding a little bit of shade to other things? Hi, Kathy. I want you to see that I'm going to put the floating medium on this brush again. I'm going to go back to the berry wine, just get a little bit. And I'm going to go back to these Pueblo. Okay, that's too much medium. Okay, so look what happens here. I'm going to lay it down and work it into my brush. And I'm going to come down here. See, we're going to go in between all these little petals. Let's get some more right under here. Are you having a good time watching me? Tell me what you like about what I'm sharing. If you like anything. From Seattle, finally figured out how to do chat. Love your work on it. Thank you. Marcia, hello. Hi, Lorraine. Happy birthday, Teresa. We are so glad that she popped on. So she just got in and saw that we were on. And she's my bestie. It helps me every week. Even comes in the class when nobody out of my 18 people showed up to come to class. I think some people were busy working. Go figure that. Okay. So, see, you can come in between all those and enrich it a little bit. And then I can say, I'm not too thrilled about that because guess what? Watch me do this. Guess what? This is already, it's got sealer in the paint, and that was already dry before I started floating on it. And I can come right in there, and that freaks people out when I do that. But I can take it right off and say, I don't think I'd like that. All right. So it's fun. Yes, thank you, Miss Teresa, for coming in. All right. So I put a little bit of purple in there for you, girly. All right. So you can change your mind. And the other thing that people don't understand is you don't have to let this dry first, except I wanted that to dry a little bit because we are putting wet on wet. So how's that sound? While it's wet, you go and let's put some more in here. All right, so we're going to touch and lift. And I want you to see that it might be yellow that you're touching and lifting. Okay, so we are coming in here with all kinds of colors. Scrolls with, I do everything with a flat brush a lot. And then when I feel like, I got to tell them how to use that brush, I got to show them how to use an angle brush. I've got to do some other little strokes. And so I work really hard each week. Like right now, there's a couple things. I'm showing people how to make those cute ghosts that everybody is doing right now and different kinds of ghosts and how to make it happen very easy. And listen, you can make ghosts with white and floating medium on anything you can imagine. All right. You make it look so easy. I use a piece of tape folded under the foam plate to hold it sometimes. Oh, so it doesn't move around. That's smart. But I have palettes and stuff that are good little tools. Like the foam plate goes right inside here. All right. But I don't want you to feel like you have to. But don't use paper. Try to use foam, even though it's not ergonomically. I mean, it's not whatever that we are saving the world with it. But I just want you to know that the foam doesn't dry up your paint and the paper does. All right. Then the double loader has a lid. And oh, here, this is my most sold tool besides my brushes. And what I do is I have a sponge. You wet the sponge, you put in there, close it, and this is a double loader, and it's a palette too also. All right, so this paint was last week's paint, and because I had it closed up, and when I say take your leftover paint and just go paint something with it, I take a picture of this and go use that leftover paint. And I'm helping you save money because you're not using up all your paint on here. And we then can put this lid right back on it. I had this here since last week on top of my table here. You pop it in and it keeps it from drying out. All right. And that's a double loader. And so you have a palette, and you can put the double loader in here, or if you're standing at an easel or painting something outdoors, or you can put the foam plates in. All right, you just pinch it and pull it out, and you can put floating medium in these little guys, and a brush basin. And the brush basin keeps your brushes from going bad, so that's a good thing. Now, when I say, if you notice, I have little, so I have large, small, medium, and large. All right. So that makes a difference in your painting also. Love the double loader. It saves lots of paint. Yay. Yes. Foam plates are hard to find. I know. You use palette paper pads. Yes, we sell those too. There's palette paper pads. I've been in lots of countries where they have no foam plates, but they have that foam type plate that they have meat on, and they go into their when I was in Amsterdam, because they can't have much garbage, no paper garbage, but they went into the meat stores and they got the little trays that were foam, and they were able to paint with me with those. And all right, so see this? See just little bits of green? Like, look, I come here. Now, this is a smaller, this is a 10. I have a 2 and a 6 and this set because I love painting with flat brushes. All right. So, look, I can come in here with just teal. Oh, it's got a little bit of green. And I just make these little leaves. All right. So, practice strokes on Fridays. What happens? We have hundreds of them already. So you can go and say, how do I load a flat brush? How do I load a round brush? Every one of those brushes I have taken and shown you tutorials about what you do with it and how to use it. So plastic plates are good too. Lots of people use glass plates in other countries, and then they go to the sink and scrub it out. That's what's so good about these palettes, is that even though it's full of paint, so it's full of paint even when it's dry. I put water in it and just let it sit maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and all this pops right out of the plastic. All right. And anything that doesn't come out, we take our scruffy brush. We take our scruffy brush under the water and scrub it out with a scruffy brush, and it doesn't hurt the brush. All right. So how's that sound? All right. Now, this was fall colors, so I wasn't wanting to use any pinks and all, which you can. I did pink pumpkins a lot last year, and I've added pink into a few this year. Let's see, we're adding some orange, and then I want to show you the other thing that is really wonderful. You think I've got enough flowers on here? Enough colors? Look, 1, 2, 3. All right. Everybody, please don't miss out on the 30% off. I'd love for you to be able to get, well, my husband's being very giving. I'd love for you to get some of the tools that will make your painting easy. Look at the A to Z kit. So just put AZ, take 30% off. It's like $60. You take 30% off. Makes a big difference, okay? And it has brushes, paints, 50 reusable guides, a wood storage container, for your brushes and your reusable teaching guides and 50 lessons that are recorded on YouTube. So you can go watch all 50 lessons of how to paint with Donna Dewberry. 50 flowers, beginner flowers. All right. So what do you think? All right. So I want you to see that I like the double loader because you know what? I told you it saves money because it doesn't waste your paint. And you got this paint here to go back and keep painting. And during the art show season, doing ornaments, doing greeting cards, we like to paint greeting cards with leftover paint and bundle the paint on the envelope and the card and bundle it up with ribbon or jute, and we'd sell like a set of 3 or a set of 6, and we just have them and those plastic sleeves. All of that's available at the DIY stores or on Amazon. And then you can have this for sale, something that people can buy really quick and easy. And I like to buy 50 cards and envelopes when they're 50% off and they already have ombre look or pretty colors, and those make beautiful cards. All right. Alma, so you are a rose. Yay. Thanks for joining. All right. I appreciate you guys going out there and checking out onestroke.com, and 30% off only tonight till 11:43. You got to hurry. So the code to get the 30% off is 3006. All right. And you have to spend $30. That's the only requirement to get the 30% off. All right. So check that out. And everything else that you might want to do with one stroke painting. I was using more fall colors here. These are some, like, I'll go get even some watercolor cards and just paint, and always have them with me for, I mean, we have 34 grandbabies, so we always are wanting to paint something for those grandbabies, right? And for cards and different things that we are doing. I also wanted you to see that these are some of the classes that we have on my membership. All right, so I teach you different techniques, different ways to accomplish this. I have tons of stencils. So that's like a stencil, as a wildflower stencil, brand new. All right, and then you get 30% off. You have brush sets besides the green, a value pack brush sets. You have my signature set. And this might be the time with 30% off you can finally afford one of those, because those are the most expensive brushes, but they are 13 of my most used specialty brushes in all for, like, I think it's like 39. And then you get for the whole set of 13. All right. And then you get 30% off that. All right. So this is a stencil. It's butterflies and dragonflies. So I teach you on my shows how to do a watercolor background really quick and easy and paint your little butterflies on there. And listen, you stencil them, you stencil the shape, and it leaves these separations. So then you say, I want yellow, orange, blue, and purple. And then when that's all dry with a heat pen, then you take black and put around it, right? So Alma, yes, thank you. Good to use leftover paint, yes, on cards. And then so different stencils I put in the background, all right? And I've created all kinds of them, so go check them out. From borders to stencil items on there, but I use it like a pattern. I don't use it as you just stencil and it's over. I always do something more with it, okay? So just a couple more. I want you to see there's stencil brushes, there's paint. Now this is a background stencil that has little hydrangeas, tone on tone, fern of different sizes, and there's other wisteria under there. Here's a stencil that I really like. It's called a vintage stencil. And I made it so you could sponge and ombre on here. This are my painter sponges. See that? These sponges do quick backgrounds. So I show you how to sponge it up. And then with all the blues and pretty colors, then this one stencil has the writing, stamps, thistles, butterfly, and this background. All right, so here's another way to use that same stencil. All right, so you got a couple different looks of backgrounds. See that? Then the stamps, and see all the thistles. Can you see that? There we are. And then I've painted different hydrangeas, roses, geraniums, whatever, and different colors. Okay. Now, this is it one more time. It is onestore.com, 30% off. 3006 is what you put when you check out. All right. And it's only till tonight, the 30th, the last day of the month, 11:43 tonight. It's over. All right. So I just had to share that with you. It's fun to come on and just show you my love for One Stroke. And here's the project that we just did on our channel here on the Donna Dewberry channel. And I have to tell you, I'm passionate about teaching. I love sharing. I love to come on and do these free little lives. And so every week I put 2 new free lessons on my channel. But we also have a membership. We'd love you to come join and try our membership. It's only $10 or less for the month, just to try it and paint with me and learn. And it's called One Stroke Advantage. And the advantage is that you get 20% off as long as you're a member on my website on whatever you want to purchase, with no minimums. All right. So I hope you enjoyed a little bit of what I've done. I'm working on Christmas items. This is for a Tennessee workshop we're going to. See the little cardinals. And I did mice. I did some cute little mice I'll share later. But we are doing all kinds of fun creations. And if you're in Florida, the first Saturday in December, we have a Christmas event all day at my studio, and we still have openings. So if you want to come, it's $25 deposit. We do gift giving, we do potluck food, and we paint 3 or more projects. So anyway, love you guys. Thanks for being on. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Happy birthday. Miss Teresa Shipsey, you bless us all.